Baldur's Gate 3 sweeps the Golden Joystick Awards, Modern Warfare 3 reviews horribly, and Netflix announces a new Witcher movie. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is Jinx News. The Golden Joystick Awards took place on Friday, meaning a whole load of industry people gathered in London and reflected on just how fantastic 2023 has been for games. Yes, we've had Lord of the Rings Gollum, Skull Island Rise of Kong, and now additionally Modern Warfare 3, we'll get to that later, but those aside, overall it's been a good time. And it was my personal favourite, Baldur's Gate 3, that won big this year. And that isn't too surprising, I think it was most people's contender for Game of the Year, but still, it took a record-breaking 7 golden joysticks in total. Impressive stuff. Those included Best Storytelling, because obviously, Best Game Community, and considering the cast the indie streams and, you know, the body pillows, I'd say well deserved. It got PC Game of the Year, and Larian picked up Studio of the Year too. Best Supporting Performer went to Neil Newbin, the voice of Astarion. Now, I can't judge on this, as I missed picking up Astarion on my main playthrough, and yes, I know, he's literally right at the beginning. I knew he was there, I just planned to get him later, and forgot. Whoops. It also picked up the award for Best Visual Design, which I do question after they removed His Majesty's fur. Still mad about that one. And last but not least, it won Ultimate Game of the Year. So basically, if you haven't heard it enough already, Baldur's Gate 3 is very good, and you should definitely play it. Elsewhere on consoles, the PlayStation Game of the Year award actually went to Resident Evil 4. Tears of the Kingdom was the choice for Nintendo, while over on Xbox, the best game went to Starfield, because, I mean, who else are they going to give it to? Redfall? Ha! The very spooky Alan Wake 2 picked up the Critics' Choice Award, and the best indie game went over to the gorgeous Sea of Stars. Let me know if you disagree with any of the winners though. It's interesting to see Spider-Man 2 getting snubbed. Give us your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, Modern Warfare 3 came out too late to be a contender of this year's Golden Joysticks. Not that that matters, because the reviews are stunningly bad. Now, we had suspicions this could happen after those awful campaign reviews came out last week. Even IGN gave it a 4 out of 10, but that's just 1/3 of the game, and there was still hope that the multiplayer and zombies could redeem it. But nope, it currently sits at an impressively low 50 over on Metacritic, lining it up to be the worst rated Call of Duty of all time. The reaction to the refreshed Zombies mode has been mixed, but it looks like the game's only saving grace is the multiplayer, as the gunplay is fun and is oozing with nostalgia thanks to the return of the Modern Warfare 2 maps. Just don't expect anything new. And considering most people play COD for the multiplayer, it'll probably scrape by because of that. Which infuriates me, to be honest, and the VGC review summed it up well. They said, a Call of Duty game of this low quality released a decade ago would have been a scandal. Now it's emblematic of an approach to a franchise that's in desperate need of a reality check. And I'd take it one step further. I'd say it's also a product of corporate greed and a lack of self-control from its audience. This is a $70 game that then shoves a $30 battle pass down your throat as soon as you play it. If you're considering buying it, I mean, do you really respect yourselves so little? That's a lot of hard-earned cash for what was meant to be DLC. I really do hope this is a turning point for the franchise and that people put their money where their mouth is, although I won't hold my breath. Plus, going forward, considering people like Bobby Kotick are leaving Activision due to its acquisition, maybe the new leadership will lead to brighter horizons. I guess time will tell. Until then, we can enjoy the fact that Modern Warfare 3 currently has a user review score of 1.4, which is hilariously worse than Skull Island Rise of Kong. Sega have teamed up with a startup AI company to create tech that can auto-generate voxels. Born out of the University of Tokyo, Equez are working on an AI tool that allows users to generate their very own voxel monsters. For those unaware, voxels are basically 3D pixels that are perfect cubes. You're probably already familiar with a little game that uses them. Players can tell the tool what kind of monsters they want to create, like a cow with wings, and it generates a monster that matches the descriptor. Sega told the Video Games Chronicle, recently there have been remarkable advances in generative AI technology, and the purpose of this project was to verify whether it is possible to simplify the creation of UGC using this technology, and to explore the possibility of using this technology in games. It was only a matter of time before Sega hopped aboard the AI train, and while making blocky animals with funny teeth might be cute, it does raise questions. You see, I can imagine tools like this being super helpful for indie developers, and in that sense, great. But what happens when the artists who could make something far better are replaced as companies continue to skimp out? Plus, there's a big risk of games visually homogenizing as tools like this get adopted. We already see it with the Unreal Engine. It's so popular now that a lot of modern games just look the same. It will be a shame to see more of that going forward. But that's enough doom and gloom for now. Let's just appreciate our blocky new friends. Netflix have announced that they're going back to the continent as more Witcher content is on the way. You probably think I'm talking about the Cavill-less Liam Hemsworth heavy season 4 of the live action show, but nope, this is about an animated movie called Sirens of the Deep. It's set smack bang in the middle of season 1 of the Cavill show, it's not yours just yet Hemsworth, and is based on the short story A Little Sacrifice. According to Netflix, Geralt of Rivia, a mutated monster hunter, is hired to investigate a series of attacks in a seaside village and finds himself drawn into a centuries-old conflict between humans and merpeople. He must count on friends, old and new, to solve the mystery before the hostilities between the two kingdoms escalate into all-out war. One update that has fan talking though is that Geralt will be voiced by Geralt himself. No, not you Hemsworth, I'm talking about Doug Cockle. He voiced Geralt in all 3 Witcher games, so he knows a thing or two about the character. He took to Twitter to say, "Thrilled to say the least, see you on the path, happy face, wolf, swords, at Witcher Netflix." This isn't the first Netflix animated Witcher adaptation. The excellent Nightmare of the Wolf came out 2 years ago, although only briefly featured a very young Geralt, so Cockle wasn't in that one. And I think it's fair to say that fans are more excited about Sirens of the Deep. It will be out late next year, and with so much hype already around it, let's hope it's worth the wait. And that's the show. Thank you for checking it out. We have videos lined up all week, so make sure to like and subscribe. You can check out Friday's rather spicy video somewhere around here, and we'll see you tomorrow.